This is Charlie Mike, the podcast. Veterans helping veterans, talking about things happening in the veteran community, things we've experienced and overcome, such as addictions, PTSD, depression, legal trouble, and we also promote veteran-owned businesses. If you're talking about it, we're talking about it. This is Charlie Mike, the podcast.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Charlie Mike, the podcast. As always, I'm your host, Raul, and our co-host, William.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Man, it feels so good.
It does. It feels good, man. Yeah. It feels good to be back.
Yeah. We kind of needed a little break. Hopefully you guys missed us because I can tell you we missed you.
Yes, we did. We definitely had to take some time away to spend some time with the family. Everybody had a lot of things going on as far as graduations, into school. Just wanting to spend some time away and figure a lot of stuff out.
Yeah, right before we left, I was telling everybody I left my job, trying to figure out what it is I want to do with my own life. What is it you want to be when you want to grow up? And I'm still figuring that out. But I know that this show is very important to me, and it felt good to focus on my home life again.
Yeah.
Reconnect with my wife and kids. Really, truthfully, we did that, a lot of that. And then, you went recluse for a little bit.
I did, man. Sometimes that's needed.
Yeah.
Even for everyone. Sometimes you just gotta step away and need to hide out a little bit.
You are pretty good at it.
I mean, I do it better than most.
Yeah.
Especially now that everything is delivered to you, like food, all that stuff. So, man, and it's too easy.
Yeah, clearly. He goes straight.
Yeah.
So it's good, man. So tell us what you've been up to the last couple of weeks.
Man, what have I been up to? Like I said, man, I've been spending time with the family. My daughters are out of school now, and
that's right. You had one graduate, right?
Yeah, we did, and then one's going into the 5th grade now. So
Dang.
It's just crazy. I had to leave town for a little bit. I left for a couple of days, and I went to Wyoming. I spent some time in Wyoming. We buried a friend of ours.
I'm sorry to hear that, bro.
Yeah, we spent a lot of time together in Iraq and our time at Fort Stewart. But, we got to meet we've known his family.
Right.
But we got to meet the rest of his family.
Yeah.
And it was just, it's an experience, man. It was actually, I hate the reason why we went. I hate, the fact that we were there.
Yeah.
But it brought us together. And a lot of us haven't seen each other in 15 years, man.
Yeah.
And it was like we picked right back up where we left off with no break, no interruptions.
Wow.
It's like we had seen each other the day before. And the jokes and the humor and the different things. It did good, man. It did me good. It gave me a little reset that I needed, mentally, and it put a lot of things into perspective for me.
Yeah.
And I didn't think, I know we have a reach, but the fact that my brothers were watching is what really got me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
People were asking, like, how's everything going with the podcast? I'm like, man, things are going good. How is the clothing line coming along? And I'm like, man, the apparel line is doing great. And when I speak of myself, I downplay everything. And I'm like, I'm just here as just a small line or whatever.
Yeah, just
and then one of my buddies, man, my buddy Kevin said, hey, it's not just an apparel company. It's the way of life. It's a way of life.
Yeah.
He's like, Charlie Mike is the way of life. And I was like, man, that makes sense. and that had me smiling pretty good, man.
It's funny how life can recenter you like that occasionally.
Yeah.
But you're right. Just the way of life, to me, I think that's what drew me to you, to the brand, I just wanted to be a part of it because if you're unfamiliar with the terms, Charlie Mike in military lingo is the phonetic alphabet C and M, and Charlie Mike means continue the mission. You know, whatever you're doing, you may be taking a break. Charlie Mike, continue mission, right? You keep doing what you got to do. Carry on with the rest of your mission. You may just be breaking in for whatever reason, taking a break, taking a knee, and Charlie Mike is the cue to say, "Hey, go on.
Yeah,
There's more to do." And that's a very humbling thing to hear from somebody else that they can pick that up.
it
you
is,
know?
man. And I wore my shirts throughout the trip, and having interactions with people at the airport and things like that. Like, hey man, I like your shirt, you know, and things like that. How do I get that? And I was like, man, that's what's up, you know.
That's crazy.
And it put a lot in perspective for me, man.
You know, I had a real interesting interaction I was telling you about earlier. I was out at lunch, and I wear the shirts too occasionally. So I'll wear the shirts, and I'll wear the Charlie Mike, and it talks about continue mission. And this lady at the gym, Raul, got me onto Hot Works. And so I was at Hot Works early in the morning, and she was like, "Hey, I like that shirt," you know. And so she took a picture of it, sent it to her coworker. Well, come to find out, I was at lunch today, and I run into that lady, and she was like, "Hey, you're the Charlie Mike guy." And I was like, "Wow, that's kind of cool, man." You know, like she recognized the shirt and the brand, and you know, to hear it from this end, and then also, of course, you're in Wyoming, to hear your friends talking about it. It's like, you know, maybe we are. I don't know, man, it's really humbling. It's hard to say I'm humble and be humble at the same time, you know, but it's really freaking humbling, man. It's cool.
And you know, it's definitely crazy to. I mean, to feel that you're having an impact in somebody's life and people are watching what you're doing.
Yeah.
You know, I forget sometimes. And
it's because you can stay in your own bubble sometimes, you know?
I forget that that the mission, you know, I don't forget the mission, but sometimes I forget that we're having effect on the mission. And the mission is always to help our brothers and sisters, you know, realize that they're not alone, and that it's okay not to be okay.
Yeah.
You know, and, you know, as we do that, we want to support veteran-owned businesses and veteran organizations. And, you know, what's crazy is, man, with this trip that I took, I got to, my buddies, they did a lot of brainstorming, man. And out of the passing of my friend, it's going to be the beginning of a 501c.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, man. So it's exciting. And once the details are out, I'll let everyone know. But I'm excited about it.
Man, that's awesome, bro.
Yeah,
that's cool. It's you know, you feel like you have, like, we're onto something, you know. And I know a lot of folks talk about it, and you know, we follow other brands too, listen to the podcast, and they're great. And I love some of the things that the other folks are doing. But it's just something when you're the part of it. I was telling my wife, because I do coaching, financial coaching. And there's a weird high that you get from helping somebody else, from them saying, coming back and looking at me like, you know, you really helped me with this or that. And I'm like, man, I didn't really do anything.
right.
You know, I was just cheering you along. Your successes become my successes.
Yeah.
You know, and I, you know, I read a quote. I think it was Jim Rohn, and he said, "Be so busy helping others succeed that you're not worried about your own success, and through that you'll be successful."
I like that.
I'm like,
I've never heard that before, but
that's what I
like
want.
that,
you know, I want to help other folks succeed. I want to share as much knowledge, as much skill, as much reach, whatever it may be, whatever I got. It's at you guys' disposal. If you're listening to this, we got your back. You know, let's find a way to Charlie Mike. Let's find a way to continue the mission. Let us help broadcast you, because coming up, Raul will have talked more, but coming up, I'll be the one scheduling all the guests and stuff. So I want to make sure that we're getting you guys on here to broadcast your message as well. Let us know your wins, your failures. Like, it's man, it's fulfilling. It's very fulfilling.
And your story, man, can help somebody else. Your story of what you've been through, or just what you're doing now, and how you've transitioned out of the military, man. You know, that can help somebody. People are listening, and they'll be like, you know, since you did it, I can do it. And I'm gonna be honest with everybody. If I did it anybody else can do it.
Yeah.
Because I'm just me.
I'm just an average Joe, trying to find his way in the world. And the difference is we're just a little more open about it.
It is true, but it took me time to get there, man.
Yeah, exactly.
I failed a lot, and I failed a lot. I have the proof for that.
Mm.
Google has the proof for that. The city of Pearland has proof for that.
Man.
Cause I laugh now because it's funny.
Yeah.
It's not funny, but you got to find humor in yourself.
Yeah.
In your own mistakes, man. But in a matter of days, bro, I'll be 3 years.
Dang.
3 years. And it's insane to think that.
He's talking about sobriety. 3 years sober.
Yeah, sobriety. June 22nd. Yep.
Dang, man. I'm gonna write that down.
And
we're gonna go work out that day.
It's a blessing, man. It's a blessing to see where I've come and where I was and where I am now. And
in what would you say, 3 years?
3 years. Dang. It'll be 3 years. Yep. I'm excited. I think I'm more excited of that than I am my birthday. I'll be turning 27. 27. Yeah. No.
Not at all.
Not even close.
Couple digits off.
Yeah. A few. Quite a few.
Man, so 3 years on June 22nd. That's amazing, Raul, man. And congratulations, really. That's
I appreciate it.
That's awesome, man. And I've always hinted around and say, he hasn't had influence on me, but it plays a lot on me as well. Because I wanted to change my circle. I wanted to be around people that are doing this. And being sober has been my own ride as well. I mean, I'm over 7 months now. I couldn't tell you the exact day. I really don't track it like that. My last drink was November 11th. Yeah, and it's man, it's weird, bro. It's weird. It's not. I don't have anything wrong against somebody drinking. If you guys want to have a few beers, no problem. Just do so responsibly. All right, make sure and we talk about it all the time in the military. And it gets even worse when you get out because you don't have that battle buddy to check you. You don't have those relationships to keep you in check like that. Like, hey, man, one of us is driving and I guess I'll slow down or we'll fucking call an Uber.
Yeah.
You get that liquid courage in you and you're like,
yeah.
Oh, I'll just, and then the mistakes come.
Yep, it definitely is. Man, with that, let's talk about one of our sponsors really quick.
Yeah, exactly. So if you don't know, Charlie Mike, the podcast is sponsored by Patriot Knife Coffee Company, www.patriotknifecoffee.us. Mr. Chris McLean, we love you, bro. We really appreciate you. He made a comment earlier. It says, giving is the best medicine. And this man gives. You can go on his site. There's Marty's Mountain gives back to Camp Valor.
Yep.
Camp Valor. And there's a lot of other brands he has out there that it's veteran owned, and he does a lot of good with those. He constantly gives back. So we try to support him any way we can. We're very thankful for him sponsoring the show. Tree, appreciate you once again. That's Patriot Knife Coffee Company.
Hey, and if y'all don't follow Tree, be sure to do it because he's got some big things coming up. Yeah. I'm not gonna tell nobody, Tree.
Yeah,
but yeah,
I'll tell them offline though.
Yeah, man. So I'm excited. I'm excited to see Trees is doing his thing, man.
Yeah,
it's good stuff. And I like to witness it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing.
Yeah, man. Being a cheerleader is underrated. Helping others, lifting others. It's fun, man. It really has been fun the last couple of weeks. Just being I don't know, just being a part, being around, trying to find my way to make my influence. It's been cool.
Yeah, it's definitely it'll change you, man. It'll change you.
Yeah.
Hey, with that, so be sure to check out Tree, Patriot Knife Coffee. Be sure to say hi to Bailey for us.
Yes.
Tell Tree what's up, but say hi to Bailey for us. And we have, we've been doing a lot of things in the back. So just so you know, you guys, that things may seem a little different, but we're working on a lot of stuff to try to make the podcast better.
That's right.
With our distribution of the podcast our not our audio version, our video version of the podcast.
That's right.
We're trying to make better, and we're just trying to do the small things to make us sound better. We can't look much better, but
actually, we're working on that too, bro.
Yeah,
and I'm coming down a little bit, man. I'm trying to get back in my prime.
Your fighting weight?
No more fighting, man. That's all behind me, hopefully.
Yeah.
But yeah, Robert was right. I mean, during the break, we discussed some things, and he was like, "Man, I'm ready to kind of step it up a little bit. Like, what else we want to do?" And so we got a new streaming platform. We got a new host platform. You may notice if you're watching us live, we're in a different area, and there's more that goes to that. So hopefully, we'll have some cool news to share as well.
Yeah, it's coming, and it's changing. It's changing fast.
Yeah. So and one of the things we did on the break is last week we went to a Houston meetup, a Pod Houston meetup. Shout out, guys! Really appreciate y'all hosting that. And this was like the first meetup they've had all year, maybe in the past year or so. And it was really cool to be around the like-minded folks that are podcasting.
It was good to meet everyone and hear what they speak about. And I'm gonna tell you a funny story. So we were talking with a group of guys, and I was telling the guys, like, hey, this is what we do at Charlie Mike the podcast. And I was like, we talk about sobriety and recovery, and we talk about veteran struggles and successes. And I was like, and I speak real big about my sobriety. And then I was like, so what do you do? And the guy's like, well, we go bar hopping. And I was like, there's nothing wrong with that. I told the next guy, I said, what you doing? He's like, man, we sit around and drink.
Hey, man, it's exactly right, man. There's nothing wrong.
Yeah.
Really.
And I was trying to tell him, like, it's okay. It's okay. For me, it wasn't okay, but for other people, things affect people differently. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
But it was good to see and to be there and interact, and like it was at a Pearland.
Yeah.
So yeah. Well,
so I drove back basically.
Man, well, I stepped my bounds recently. I've traveled a few places, and I hadn't done that in forever, and I forgot how fun, stressful the airports are.
Yeah.
And it's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, not only did Raul go off the map for a little while, he wasn't on socials a whole lot. He was kind of staying to himself. But then when he went away, he was like, you know what? I'm going to take it one step further and lose my phone. On his way back, he lost his. Well, he got his phone back.
Yeah, I left it in an Uber. Yeah, it was funny though. It was funny.
I bet you enjoyed that,
man.
No phone calls.
There was another. I actually did. I felt like I slept better at night. No, it's crazy, but it did. It worked that way. Another thing, man. Let's talk about June. The month of June, like I told you guys, we've been away, and I'm sure you know. But the month of June is PTSD Awareness Month.
That's right.
And PTSD affects a lot of people, not just veterans. It affects people, all ages.
Yeah.
And it has it's a big impact in the veteran community, of course, the first responder community, because of things we've witnessed and experienced. And it's a big thing when it comes to veteran suicide.
Yeah.
20 plus veterans. I don't know the number for first responders, but 20 plus veterans a day commit suicide. And PTSD is a thing that people feel like they're scared to speak about, because they don't want to be seen as weak in any way, when we want to speak about it and talk about it and tell people that it's okay to reach out for help.
Yeah.
It's always okay.
Yeah. There's a lot of folks that want to help out there, whether you call it PTSD or PTS. I know some folks have been dropping off the disorder and stuff, but on on my, disabilities, it says post-traumatic stress disorder. So maybe I do got one. Uh, but it for us, we always have that dark sense, and I just kind of laugh through a lot of the stuff because it, but don't get it wrong, it is a very serious thing. We want you guys to know if you need help, reach out for help as much as you can. There's a lot of folks out that want you around, and June is PTSD Awareness Month. It's got the teal color, so we want to make sure that you guys know that it's okay to not be okay.
Yes.
But it's not okay to sit there alone and deal with it alone.
Right.
We got your back.
Definitely. And with that, I want to let you guys know that on Charlie Mike Military Apparel, we have a shirt. Let me show you. If we're here, will you speak it through while I do this?
Go ahead. So Raul is pulling up the website. So it is charliemikemilitaryapparel.com. And if you go to
the main site, you click category.
Catalog.
You go down to June PTSD Awareness, Camp Valor, give that a click. And these two t-shirts right here, 100% of the proceeds is going back to Camp Valor for the month of June.
That's right.
So these two shirts, which they're nice, they're good looking shirts. It says not all wounds are visible. It's got the ribbon for PTSD awareness, and it says PTSD on it. So with these shirts, and it's teal. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. It's a gray shirt with white letters. It's got the teal ribbon.
So it's a good buy. So you guys be sure to check that out on charliemikemilitaryapparel.com. And as always, you use Charlie Mike as a promo code, you get free shipping. So be sure to check that out. So that goes to Camp Valor. And if you don't know about Camp Valor, be sure to check that out.
Yeah, they were on, let's see, May 19th is when Mike came on and talked. We spent the entire podcast talking about Camp Valor. Mike is a fantastic dude. He shared a story with us. We had some laughs and we got serious. And we even carried on the conversation afterwards. We got off the podcast because we just enjoyed talking to that guy. And Raul brought it up then. But if you go to charliemikemilitaryapparel.com, you can have the gray or the black shirt. All those proceeds go to Camp Valor.
Yep. So be sure to check it out.
All right. We're back.
I wanted to make sure we plugged that in there, man.
Yep.
It's a great cause, and I know a lot of us feel connected. Our buddy Tree does a lot for them.
Yep.
And someone put the link in the chat, so be sure to check it out. birdwellfoundation.org.
Yep. You can learn more. Birdwell Foundation. We had Matthew Marin on in March 3rd of 2022, and it was another good chat. It's funny how that goes. But yes, birdwellfoundation.org. You can learn more about Camp Valor and all that the Birdwell Foundation is doing, trying to combat this stigma about PTSD. Man, it's a real thing, and we're not the only ones as veterans dealing with it. There's a lot of folks dealing with PTSD. So this month, make sure you reach out. Do you have the number? I keep forgetting it. No, me either.
Yeah.
If you guys got the number, throw it up in the chat so you can share it for the suicide hotline. I keep forgetting it. And you know what? There's actually a really cool on Sirius XM on Octane. Katie Babbs, she shares it on every single at the end of her show, and every few hours she always shares the hotline as well. And it was like it's just really cool, man, to hear more and more about it, because it affects everybody. You're going to deal with some trauma in life. It's how are you going to overcome that adversity? But of course, for us, we're near and dear to veterans, and so we want to make sure that you guys know what the number is. Raul's pulling it up. It is
1-800-273-8255. Press 1.
That's right.
Or you can text 838255. And be sure to give them a shout. If not, be sure to reach out to somebody. Reach out to us. Reach out to anyone. We'll make sure you get in contact with the right people and get you the help that you need.
Yep.
If you have a battle buddy also, or a friend that you feel like is in need some way, be sure to reach out for them. Find help. Sometimes people are so stubborn,
Yeah.
and don't reach out until,
Yeah.
there's a saying I heard, man, and it's I rather listen to you. Rather listen to you for what is,
Your
I forgot.
complaints, your troubles, your story,
Yeah, for an hour, 30 minutes, than listen to
your eulogy.
Yeah, and that hit me. That hit me, man.
Yeah. I
Mm.
mean, and I would imagine too, because you just have to go deal with that, you know. And it's real, we Memorial Day, we weren't on for Memorial Day, but it's there's a lot of folks there that died for a reason, and we may have been there when they passed, but they wouldn't want that for us. And so sometimes living for another, or whatever your little reason may be to get through that day, to get through to the next day, because at the end of the day, it's just one day at a time. And we know some of you guys may out there be struggling, and if you're not, great, reach out to somebody who might be do those reconnections, man, and you can see from Raul that they they do you a lot of good.
They do. Yeah, they do. So that's the Birdwell Foundation crisis hotline is 839-822-2563.
Yeah, we appreciate you, Marilyn. Thank you. Yeah. So, what'd you do for Memorial Day? Anything special?
Yeah, I Memorial weekend. Oh, we laid flags at the cemetery
yeah?
right here on 35, Telephone Road here in Houston. We do it every year. The link up with the local VFW and the Boy
Cool.
Scouts, and a lot of I was gonna say normal people, civilians also go out there and pay their respects.
Yeah.
Oh, we got a correction on that. So it's 830-822-2563 is Birdwell Foundation. Yeah. And after that, I went and hung out with some veterans at the local VFW. They had they do a Memorial Day cook-off.
Cool.
And man, I judged everything. Yeah. That was yeah.
At the cook-off, you judged all their barbecue?
I judged every event.
Oh my gosh.
I judged chicken, brisket, and ribs.
That's right. I forgot they had that on this weekend. And this is such a busy weekend, or that weekend.
What did y'all get into?
Man, let's see if I remember. So Saturday, we usually get together as a family, and we had a blast. A friend of mine, he has a water slide that he bought for his nieces and nephews, and so he lets us use it. We set up that water slide. Yeah. Man, that thing was so much fun. I know I went down it a few times, and so that my parents went down it. What? All of our kids went down it, and we must have had like 15, 20 kids there.
Yeah,
those are just ours. And we had big water. It was fun, man. It was really nice. And then on Memorial Day, we did it last year, so this was our second year doing it. We put as many bikes as we can together, nothing formal, and then we ride up to the cemetery at a decent time, so like 10. So we do miss the morning ceremonies, but it's about being out there and being present. I've spoke about it before. I have a best friend that was buried there. He was killed in Iraq in 2008. Orlando Antonio Perez, and his sister is living here, so she went up with us too. It was cool, man. It was as I know a lot of folks don't like to say Happy Memorial Day, and everybody has their certain feelings about it, but man, I enjoyed my day, and I honored my brothers. And then at 3:00 they had my buddy who also had the slide. He's got a nice stereo system in his Harley, and he put taps on at 3:00. So it was nice, man. It's very humbling because a lot of the folks we ride with, they're not, or half of them aren't veterans, and they're just supporters. And it's like it's good to feel the love, to know that they're out here being free because of brave men and women that have died for us before.
Yeah, your pops is a veteran too, though, right?
Yeah. My dad's a Marine. It's always and Elita. Yeah, we appreciate you, sis. Yeah, my dad's a Marine. Served in the 80s. You know, once a Marine, always Marine. And
Yeah.
those guys are crazy. It was funny because the Army birthday was Tuesday, right? And then everyone's like, why don't you guys celebrate the Army birthday more? And it's like, because we're not Marines, man. Like,
Yeah.
that's a Marine thing.
Okay, so with that, we got locked out of our social media pages also because I lost my phone. And
Sorry.
no, but you know what's crazy is I got locked out of my bank accounts because they were like, oh, I forgot my passwords because everything's saved in my phone. And then you reset your password, so they're like, all right, we'll send you a text message. And I'm like, okay, that's great. Ain't gonna do me no good. But so I couldn't reset any of my stuff. So with that, we were late to say happy birthday to the United States Army, best army in the world. And it was Flag Day.
Yeah, it was Flag Day.
Yeah,
well.
yeah. So that's
both.
Yeah,
both on the same day, June 14th.
Man, we got some stuff coming up next month. We got the 4th of July. I love that day, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love it because actually I love that whole because people showing or being patriotic and people are showing their love for the flag and things like that.
Yeah, like right before Memorial Day, I started seeing a lot of flags out, and it was really cool. And then of course you got the Army's birthday, and then you got Flag Day, so you still got the flags flying. And then come July, 4th of July, it's fun. I'm glad to see. I don't know, as a veteran, just seeing the American flag more and people flying it. I don't care again what their political stances. I don't care what race they are, what religion they are. At the end of the day, they're American and they've earned the right to fly that flag. And as veterans, we want to see that.
Definitely.
Like, that used to be my gift. Like when somebody would get a home, buy a home or whatever, I would send them.
That's what's up.
I've done it a few times where it's just like a housewarming gift. All right, here's a stand and here's a flag.
Yeah,
you can fly it.
Yeah.
Now that they do or they don't, at least they got it.
Right. People, people could know where I live due to the flag. But I'm not gonna say where I live, but yeah.
Right here.
I'm very flag means a lot to me.
It does. It means a lot to all of us. What's up? Actually, at lunch today, I was at lunch with this guy right here, Mr. Hector. It was awesome.
Hector, what's up, man?
Yeah, man. And like I said, I think we got a lot of things coming for the podcast. We wanted to make sure come on first and let you guys know what we've been up to. Let you guys know that we were thinking about y'all. Of course, most of you we more than likely talk to, hopefully. And if you're not in touch with the show at all, please feel free to reach out to us. Let us know how we're doing, yay or nay, good or bad. We want to hear it, especially if it's bad, just so that we can do some more of it.
Tell him if it's bad. If it's good, you can tell me.
Good today.
Yeah, man.
No, you're right. Next week we got a good guest lined up.
Who is next week?
Next week is Craig Casipe. I hope I'm saying his name right.
Okay.
He works at 4 Block and for the TVC, if I'm not mistaken. So met the dude, man, and just kind of like, hey, parallel paths. We talk about it a lot, parallel paths, and it's like, all right, I need to get you on the podcast, and I want to make sure I do it right. So
yeah, definitely. So we'll have that on next Thursday. On Thursday.
I think it's the 24th.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I get lost in time too, man. I got a bad memory. And then there's actually a lot of events going on here in Houston. So we're gonna be getting a whole lot busier, better with it, focused on our mission, on what we're here to do at Charlie Mike, is to promote you guys, talk about the real stuff. PTSD is real. That's what the month we're living in. And Memorial Day, it happens, and veterans have their feelings about it. Some people go super reclusive. Some people like to be outdoors and enjoy. But 4th of July is coming up, so we want to be out here in this community, in your community, doing right by you guys, talking about the issues, and having some fun about it, letting everybody know that it's okay to not be okay.
Yes, sir, man. And I just it feels great to be back. And I know this episode has kind of just been us talking about different things, but it feels good to be back. I think the break did us well,
Yep.
and we're fully charged, ready to go keep rolling.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, man, all of the new technology we have here, it's going to take us a little bit to get used to, or to add and to see what it is. But we know that it's going to help our podcast, make sure that we're doing the best that we can be.
Right. Yeah.
Be all that you can be in the Army. Dude, I want to do that too. I want to get some recruiters on here. I feel like this podcast is great for veterans, right? But also there's the other connection, right? You have the active duty folks. Hopefully we reach them and let them know what it's like to be a veteran on the other side, what kind of pitfalls to look to. We've had organizations before that have come on and they shared their transitions. But if we could get, and if you guys know any recruiters that are interested in coming and talking, what they're looking for, hopefully future soldiers, because I know those guys, they're not making their mission. I think we talked about that with the Air Force. I said that last time, that the Air Force, for the first time in like 15, 20 years, finally didn't miss their quota. And they're very selective about who they bring in. But it's a big deal, because we are all volunteers. And got to get you guys to serve. So if you're interested, let us know. Find a recruiter.
Yeah, they still get referral bonuses.
I can use some of that.
Yeah.
And that's a good question. I'm gonna have to bring somebody on and talk about that. Yeah, if there's anybody else you guys would like to hear us interview, let us know. We want to hear your thoughts. We want to see what you got.
Go sit down somewhere, Chris. He said, "I'll sign up."
Yeah, about that. I'm good, man. I'm out. Unless somebody comes onto this land, I'm out, man.
Oh yeah, I'm good.
I'm good, bro.
I'm good too.
I'm happy.
I'm good. I'll stick with.
I don't know. I say that, but then again, something drastic is going to happen, and I'll be like, you know what? Maybe I'll try and go.
I know.
You're slimming down, man. You'll get back there.
My back and my shoulders.
They're gonna look at us and be like, "Nah, man, you broke.
Yeah.
There ain't no way you coming back in."
I say, "Go sit down, old man."
The chair force. Oh, Jelly, some Gold Star members. Is that a volunteer? Yeah. And Helica said, "How about some Gold Star members, man?" I think you're right. I think everybody associates Gold Stars with just mothers.
Mm-hmm.
But of course, there's the widows, and then there's sisters like herself, and I think that'd be interesting, because I know there's a lot of organizations out there that do help the Gold Star members. And actually, it's one of the things that Hector and I were talking about, is this: sometimes organizations get so pigeonholed into what they can do because they're post 9/11 or they have to be combat injured, that there's a lot of organizations that don't get the recognition they deserve, because they do help they have a wider reach or a bigger spectrum. And I'm definitely going to use all the contacts and all the leverage I have to get as many of them on here to tell their story, broadcast their message, and let them know that there's good citizens out here that want to help and appreciate everybody's sacrifice.
Yes, definitely.
The support it's so big. The transition, the military, like there's not a whole lot that you do on your own.
Yeah,
like nothing you do is by yourself, especially when it comes to the military. I mean, and that kind of brings us full circle to the PTSD, man. Like sometimes you just can't do it alone. And humans are made for connection, which is why we work together.
Yeah, it is.
I need you as much as hopefully you need me.
I do, and I tell people you're the, I don't know, yin and yang.
Yeah.
Especially with our personalities.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
I'm okay with that. It was pretty cool, man. That when we went to the pod Houston, that I make sure I leave him alone, and go do my rounds, because Ro's a guy that's going to sit and post up a corner and not move very much. Like, you guys got to come to me, and I'll be like, all right, I got to go do my deal, and I'll go do a lap or whatever. And
they do.
Yeah, and they really do. I came back and I'm like, damn, dude, you got like more people around you than I do.
Yeah.
Tree. Yeah. I've talked to Myrna before. He says that he's good friends with some of the recruiters. Actually, I've talked to Miss Liza Garza. Woo, excuse me. who is the president of the AUSA, Association of the United States Army. So thanks for reminding me. I'm glad. I'm going to make sure I contact her and see if we can get her on. Berna's good too. I know she went away for a while and because she's the CASA, civilian aide to the Secretary of the Army.
The way you said
Pretty
it, you
cool.
said she went away for a while. I was
No,
like,
she went away like no. That's so bad. You go straight negative. No, she went on a trip. She went on a business trip.
Oh, okay.
For that reason.
Yeah, okay.
Like, man, that's cool. You know.
Yeah. Yep. You're right, man. The fight within is the biggest fight some of us may face.
Yeah, Arthur Cruz, thanks for the comment, man. I
Yes.
really appreciate you.
Yes.
One of my old platoon sergeants.
Oh,
yeah,
right there.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's our first class Cruz, man. And
that's what's up.
I talked about him when you had me on, and it's just full circle. It's good to see you back. I know you had taken a hiatus for a while too.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah,
ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, he talks about that a lot too.
Get away,
it's good,
man. Let's get him on the show.
All right, you hear that? If you're listening, Sergeant Cruz, I'm doing the scheduling, so I'll send you an email.
Yeah,
I know, man. There's no more excuses. It's out there. It is in the public. Everybody knows now. Man, why don't you guys got a guess? Because I messed it up.
yeah. There's a few people, actually quite a bit of people reached out to us on the website.
Okay.
So I have to link you, get you in contact with them.
Yeah. If you guys are listening, it's William at CharlieMikeThePodcast.com.
Yes.
I'll make sure we have that overlaid next time. No, I won't. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna do that. This guy will definitely do that. He's the more technical. He stays awake late at night.
Yeah, I do that.
And I'll be asleep.
Yep.
10 o'clock is bedtime.
Until the ambient kicks in and I realize that the computer's been off for 45 minutes.
Dude.
Oh, time to go to bed.
Oh, yeah. I guess I better go down. Yeah, I got you, Cruz. I know you game. So, no, man, this has been fun, man. I've really missed this. I know you're probably getting ready to wrap it up.
No, you're good.
No,
man.
we're good.
Okay. Whenever you're ready.
Yeah. So we're active. If I know we talked about this, but if anybody's out there's listening, and we're not on here making buku money, but if anybody's interested in helping us edit some videos, like some of the videos you're watching now, if anybody's interested in helping us, send me an email, William at CharlieMikeThePodcast.com. I'd love to learn more. I do a little bit of video editing. Okay, a little bit. I post a lot of the stuff on my TikTok. If you're interested, it's at WGARAYJR. That's actually all my handles. So I want to make sure what I'm doing for my own brand, for me, I'm trying to do for, Charlie Mike the podcast too, because I feel like growing an audience is going to help me help others.
Yeah.
That's the point of it.
Yeah. And man, your daily motivational post.
Oh yeah.
Motivate.
Yeah. I've learned a lot. I like to write, but I feel like for social media, it just works better if you make a video. And I've gotten a lot more comfortable. John Cacalis he would be like, man, how many times does it take you to post a video? And I'd be like, yeah, 20. But now it's, sometimes I'll get it on the first time. Sometimes I'll get it on the fifth, so it varies, but I'm just a little more comfortable on camera.
Yeah. Still waiting on you, John.
Yeah. He's next.
Mm-hmm.
And Alyssa just wrote in. She said a little off topic was something she wanted to share since this is a military podcast and more. Chick-fil-A gives military discounts on your order. Just show your military ID and thanks for all you do. This is not sponsored by Chick-fil-A.
But it can be. Chick-fil-A, hit us up.
Yes, thank you, sis. That's my sister, Alyssa. We appreciate you.
Yeah, I ran into her.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. Raul lives right down the street. Like, remember me?
Yeah. I was like, oh.
Yeah. She's like, where you been, man? We've been on hiatus. My brother's been missing you.
Man, yeah. I'm back.
Yeah.
I'm back and we're ready to go.
Yeah, it was cool, man. Last week we worked out together for the first time, and that was interesting.
Yeah, I got you hooked now, bro.
Yeah, man. That Hot Works, not sponsored by Hot Works, but hey, if you guys want to,
we can be.
But yeah, that Hot Works is something else, man.
Yeah,
it's
love
cool.
it, man.
You know what? Speaking of Cruise, but that's when I was in San Antonio. Like I liked that. I liked going to the gym, and there was a couple of Air Force guys there, but they ran that gym. and they had classes, and it was like a cardio class, or it was an hour long, and stations with HIIT training and all that.
Yeah.
And I liked it, and I feel like I was in the best shape of my life there. This is kind of, or HotWorks has kind of let me do that in a sauna, really sweating, and a scheduled 15 to 45-minute workout.
It feels good, man. It feels good. I feel like I get more out of that than I would at the gym.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, but it's just the way I feel, man. But
it's probably a physical thing where you're like feeling the sweat come down.
I think that's it, man. I like the way that feels. If that sounds well, I like it here. I don't like it outside.
Yeah, like right now.
Well, yeah. We can see that.
A little shiny.
Yeah. But I'm glad you like it, man. I'm glad. Hey, hit us up for a sponsor.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like again, that break really did us good. It really rejuvenated us. I feel Raul and I talk all the time, obviously, but we talk about the podcast a few times a week to try to figure out where it is we want to go. Are we doing okay? Are we doing check-ins? Are we making sure we're doing right by our audience? We're doing them justice? We want to make sure we bring you good interviews, good information like Chick-fil-A. We want to make sure that you guys are in the loop some way or another.
Right. That's the truth, man. But we're back and we're hitting it full steam.
Yeah. This is it. There's no turning back, man.
Yeah. Pedal to the metal.
Everybody's going to know, and everybody's going to check in on us.
But you guys be sure to keep following.
Yes.
Our Facebook page. We have two, Charlie Mike the podcast and Charlie Mike Military Apparel. And then we have the websites. They both have their own website. You can actually get podcast merch on Charlie Mike the podcast. Charlie Mike Military Apparel.
Yeah.
And y'all just keep tuning in. We got a lot in the making.
Yeah, we would definitely get a whole lot better at making sure we're staying in touch with you guys. Sorry about the break. Hope y'all missed us, because I can tell you, man, this feels good.
It does feel good, and I'm glad to be back.
Yeah, me too.
Yep.
Me too.
Hey, with that, you guys be sure to follow us, share, like, let us know who you want on the podcast. This will be available on all podcast platforms as of probably, I'm gonna say in the morning, but tonight. So
yeah, no kidding.
So with that, you guys, we want to tell you thank you for tuning in, and remember to check on your friends.
Yeah, that's right, man.
Not just your military friends. Check on your friends. It's hey man, how you doing goes a long way.
Yeah. And actually listening to that answer. How are you doing? Yeah, man, I'm fine. Okay, well, what does that actually mean?
Yeah.
Digging into it. Questions, man. Questions.
And it's okay to call somebody and not ask for a favor.
That's hard, bro. Which reminds me, I need a favor.
Oh, shit. I can't hear you. My phone's breaking.
It's in Denver right now.
With that, guys, as always, thank you for tuning in.
Yeah, we
and
appreciate you guys.
Charlie Mike,